Welcome back to the Soak channel. That's SOAK, Son of a King, Son of the Most High God. Hey, look, guys, I hadn't been on in a while. I know, just been doing some things or whatever the case may be, but I need to get back focused and get back to some things. Nevertheless, I came across something this morning, and I just want to share it with you all and just kind of give you my thoughts. And if you like, you can give me your thoughts. But I'm just going to show these two videos here. All right, now my equipment, and I'm lame, so I don't have like the things to set up where it can kind of go in. So I'm gonna have to use my phone or whatever the case may be. But just bear with me here for just a second, and I'm going to show you just these two videos, and I'd like to talk about it.
House Republicans have yet again stood up for women. This is a commitment that we have made because it comports with what is right and what is common sense. We know from Scripture and from nature that men are men and women are women, and men cannot become women. It's sad that we have to say that. It's a matter of biology. It's how we're made. And if we try to ignore that or to undo it, we do so at our peril and to the detriment of our daughters. Across the country, female athletes like Riley Gaines and Paula Scanlon and Peyton McNabb have had to compete head-to-head against biological men. It's just not right. Around the world, it's estimated that more than 700 female athletes have been displaced by males in their women's sporting events. And that has resulted in more than 1,000 estimated medals, records, and scholarships intended for women going to men. My own daughters competed in sports as they were growing up, and I can only imagine the anger I would feel as a dad if they had their trophies stolen from them. But that's indeed what many women are facing today. And it's not just anger, it's fear. Biological men competing against women also poses a threat to the safety of our girls. It's dangerous, it's unfair, it's a rejection of reality, and it is just plain wrong. But today, the House voted to uphold common sense again. We voted to require all schools receiving federal funds to uphold the original meaning of Title IX and keep biological men out of women's sports. Last Congress, we voted on this legislation as well. We will note that not one single Democrat joined us. Today was an improvement. It's bipartisan. We had 2 Democrats join us. Yes. But it's shameful.
All right. So that's one area there, okay? Okay, and here's the other video I'd like to show you.
Organ is recognized.
I'm honored to yield 2 minutes to the gentlewoman from New York, Representative Ocasio-Cortez.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, Madam Ranking Member. Here we are today, Republicans who have voted consistently against the Violence Against Women Act, who have taken away the right of all women to choose and have control over their own body, who, as women, are bleeding out in parking lots across the country, standing there, allowing us to die, now want to pretend today that they care about women. And why? To open up gender and, yes, genital examinations into little girls in this country in the so-called name of attacking trans girls. And to that, today, what we have to say are 2 words: not today. The majority right now says there's no place in this bill that says it opens up for genital examinations. Well, here's the thing. There's no enforcement mechanism in this bill. And when there is no enforcement mechanism, you open the door to every enforcement mechanism. Trans girls are girls. And for all the folks that are so concerned, thank you for your concern about women for the first time that I've seen. I don't know about y'all. I don't know who's been to gym class lately, but girls, even if you only believe in 2 genders, I've played co-ed sports all the time. But what this also opens the door for is for women to try to perform a very specific kind of femininity for the very kind of men who are drafting this bill, and to open up questioning of who is a woman because of how we look, how we present ourselves, and yes, what we choose to do with our bodies. I know who loves this bill. Yes, bigoted folks love this bill. Assaulters love this bill. But also, CEOs knows love this bill because Los Angeles is on fire right now. And this is the number one priority the majority has. Thank you, and I yield back.
Woo! All right, so, you know, I'm just going to kind of, give my take on this right here. All right. So, Democrats, Republicans, it's always politics or whatever the case may be. But I'm just going to speak about the transgender bill or whatever it was that the Republicans were talking about, and maybe I just don't understand the laws like. I guess that's why I'm not in Congress or I'm not a political analyst and all these particular things. But I don't know. It seems real simple to me. I hear what AOC is saying as it relates to them, the Republicans, not wanting to give women their voice when it comes down to them recognizing to do what it is that they want to do for their bodies. I understand that, they should have the right to, say whatever it is that they want to do with their bodies. But I'm going to say this right here. Trans women are not women. I'm just sorry. They're just not, right? Now, I'm going to have to agree with the Republicans on this one right here, simply because as it relates to this bill, as it relates to the trans athletes going against women, right? You just can't say that, or you just can't allow these trans women who are actually men based on their human anatomy to allow them to compete against other women. You can't do it. Like, the women are not going to be as physically strong. Now don't get me wrong. A lot of women say, "Oh, well, we can do it just as well. We can do it just as much as men can." No, you can't. All right. And what I mean by that is, women have their place, right? And what I mean by that is, so don't nobody get upset with me about this here. But I'm gonna try to explain this here. Women have their place, whatever the case may be. And what I mean by that is that, physically, right? Physically, there's just certain things that women can't do that men can do. And on the other spectrum, there are things that women can do that men can't do, right? So on that respect, like, I'll give an example. One of my students at at college, when I was teaching the class, when I'm teaching EMS class, one of my students got upset with me because I was like, "Hey, let the guys, because we were practicing, lifting people up on the stretcher." And excuse me, and I told the young women, I said, who were a little small in stature, I said, "Hey, get back a little bit and let the guys, lift me up," because I didn't want to fall on the stretcher. And we were training them, or I was training them on how to lift a stretcher properly and so forth, because a lot of companies don't have the power stretchers like we all have now. A lot of companies have now. Some companies still, allow you to lift the patient up, out in the field, EMS field. Well, my student got upset with me. She's like, "Well, Mr. Counselor, that's sexist or whatever the case may be. We can do it too, or whatever. That's what they said." And so, I said, "No, that's not what I'm saying." I said, "Okay, you know what? I tell you what. Y'all come over here then. Y'all come over here. I want you to get in the front, and I want the other girl to get in the back, whatever the case may be. And I'm going to be down here." So we let the stretcher down. I got down and sat down on the stretcher and, told them, "Okay, we get ready to lift me up so we can put me into the ambulance." So, our make-believe ambulance that we have, not make-believe, but it's an actual mock of an ambulance or whatever. So it has the same thing as ambulance will have, just not, it's inside the building. So you get what I'm saying. So I said, "Okay, you guys give your count or whatever the case may be. And, you go 1, 2, 3 or whatever. Okay." So they got ready to lift me, and we they did the whole little thing. And it was like, "All right, are you ready up front?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." And they counted to 3. 1, 2, 3. That's all I heard. I said, "No, try it." I said, Do it again. Maybe you just missed, maybe you just didn't do it right at the same time. Do it again. 1, 2, 3. I said, okay, that's enough, because I don't want y'all to mess around and drop me or whatever the case may be. I said, now y'all stand back. Y'all stand back. I said, guys, come on over here. The men came over there, whatever the case may be. I said, I need y'all to lift me, put me up in this stretcher. Now, I'm a small guy in stature. I'm short. I'm not real heavy or whatever the case may be, And so, I had the guys to go and, just sure. 1, 2, 3, boys lift me up. And I said, now, what I'm trying to explain to you, and this is me talking to my student, I said, I'm not trying to say that, that you can't do certain things or whatever. Maybe you can do it with a smaller person or whatever, right? That's not what I'm saying. It's just at times, men are going to be able to do certain things that certain women won't be able to do, all right? So, in the trans community or whatever, they, like the Republican guy was saying there, there are a lot of scholarships, a lot of medals and things of that nature that have gone to these trans people that should have gone to women. That is not right. That is not right, because physically, like, you've seen these boxing Olympics or whatever it is that they have, or these competitions or whatever, where these women or trans are fighting against women or whatever case may be, and they are getting brutally beat. All right, you can see videos, and you don't believe me, look at it online. Put in men versus women in the ring or whatever the case may be. They put 2 and 3 women in the ring with one male, and this guy is whipping all 3 of their butts, right? Because physically, men, we're just built different, right? We're stronger in a lot of cases. Now, maybe some women may be stronger than some men or whatever the case may be, but I'm talking about percentage wise and for, on average, right? Men are just built different. And so, you just can't compete or compare the two when you're talking about sports and things of that nature. You just can't do it. Now, I get it. Trans community and LGBT and whoever else or whatever the case may be, whatever letter you want to associate yourself with, they should have rights. And what I mean by that is, if you want to love whoever it is you want to love, and then you do that. If you want to, be involved with whoever you want to be involved with, yeah. In those senses, yeah, you should have rights just like anybody else, right? If you ask me a question about it, first of all, I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to love you regardless of, how you love and so forth, because that's what God and Jesus wants me to do. But if you ask me a question, I'm going to tell you, well, in God's eyes, that ain't right. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be involved with, so forth and so on, or you shouldn't do, the thing that speaks against what God, originally set up, and as it relates to, this particular, what is it that I'm trying to say? This particular structure and the way that He designed us to be. Okay, but I don't have anything. I don't have a problem with if that's what you want to do. I'll still love you. I'll still, help you or do whatever it is or whatever case may be. I just, don't ascribe to that lifestyle, whatever, right? But nevertheless, my point to this whole thing is this right here. Okay, if you're going to give them rights, that's fine as it relates to that thing that I just mentioned. But as far as being in this competition and this, that, and the other, no. You can't do that, all right? Or you shouldn't do that, all right? Now, I say it's easy for me, right? And I don't understand a lot of politics and so forth and so on, but if you want to be involved in competition and you want to be involved in sports, then it seems like it'd be simple to me. Just have other trans compete against other trans. I don't, wouldn't that seem like it would solve it to me? But see, then somebody would say, well, no, because they feel like they're women or whatever the case may be, so they should be able to compete against women. No, that's just not right. If you just look at, okay, you go into your human anatomy and say, okay, well, I understand that's how you feel, but, if you can't prove to me, that, you have, genitals or vagina or whatever the case may be, then you're gonna get placed in that category. Now, if you feel that way, okay, well, obviously there are other people who feel that way as well. So you compete against those people who feel that same way. I don't know, y'all. It just seems simple to me, our world, man, our world, right? And again, I'm not placing judgment on anybody here. I'm fighting my own demons as it relates to, things in my life or whatever. So, you never always want to place judgment on anyone. And again, as I said, hey, if that's the lifestyle you want to live, then, you do that or whatever. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you're going to be in competition, hell, I didn't even realize that they had a breakdancing competition. Now, the video that I saw with this girl they had, and many of you may have saw that video. I didn't realize they had a breakdancing competition now, and I think this may be new, and I don't know, maybe it's been out a couple of years in the Olympics or whatever. But I saw something. I was like, man, I didn't even know that. Well, okay, they created that because I don't remember breakdancing being it back in the day when I was watching the Olympics, but now it is. But if you created that, then create a transgender, competition sports. Hell, I'd watch it. You know what I'm saying? Just to see, I'm gonna see that girl, guy, or whatever is going to win or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. But hey, man, I digress. I'm gonna go ahead and just end it right there. So, let me know what you think about that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'd be interested in knowing what, many of you feel. And who knows, Democrats, maybe that's one of the reasons why we lost, I'm a Democrat, or at least I vote Democrat, I'll get to the point now, again, I'm getting to the point now, I don't even want to ascribe to, a certain party. I just want to ascribe to the party of God, you know what I'm saying? I do believe that, the vote, you should vote because God's will be done regardless. But, sometimes when you see all these things, man, you just like, guys, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? It's just the side, the world that we live in. So, I hope that, I don't hope anything. I just pray that and hope that God, prevails, which I know he will. So I can't, it's a lot of times it's just too much for me to even, delve into, but I'm always kind of curious as to what people thinking and things of that nature, and I'm interested in knowing what you think about this here. So if you get a chance, please like, share, comment, and let me know what you think about this particular topic, and as far as trans being able to compete or not now compete against folks because of the law that they passed. And again, I don't agree with the Dems as it relates to what AOC said. She said that trans are women too. If they don't have, if they have genitals, I'm sorry, AOC. No, they're not. So anyway, I digress. Once again, this is the Soak Channel. That's SOAK, Son of a King, Son of the Most High God. Hey guys, have a good one. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you next time, and let's get closer to God every day. Peace.